Hi, I'm Autumn from the Investigations Department.
Hi, I'm Catherine Knight.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
That's good, good. So I'm going to be looking more into your case, a little bit about what happened, and let's start off with describe your childhood to me.
Well, I grew up with 7 siblings, including me 8. My dad was a violent alcoholic and he was a gambler. He would not only abuse us, like his kids, he would abuse my mother and hit her. He would also he would threaten to rape her up to 10 times a day.
Oh my goodness.
My mother would also abuse us. They had this pan that they had on the wall, like as a sign that they have more power over us. And if we were to do something wrong, they would hit us in the back of the head with it and knock us unconscious. And
So did you have anyone to talk to about this?
I had my uncle and I had my twin sister, but my uncle passed away. He committed suicide.
Wow, I can imagine that was very hard on you.
Yes, I was very upset for a long time. I was very close with him. And then I had my sister, but like we always fought all the time, like physically fought. Like I just remember being like on the playground in school and like we would be in fist fights and we would have to have like teachers come and separate us. Like
wow.
Yeah, but we were still really close though. It's just we fought all the time.
Wow. So how was your education?
I went to school till I was 15 and then I dropped out. I never learned how to read or write or anything.
Okay. Did you ever get a job after that?
Yes, I got my dream job after that. I became a butcher, and of course I was just really good at it, and like I was just good at what I did. So they promoted me to boning, like within like a couple of weeks. I was just like so good. I was better than everyone there. Like everyone there was just like jealous of me, like how quickly I learned and everything, and everyone just knew that I was like one of the best people there. I made like a lot of new friends from it. I remember just like watching them slaughter the animals, and I would always like sit with my friends. I don't know, I just enjoyed them, like killing them, and like sometimes they would let me do it. They'd never had like a slow death. When they did, you know, I was always there to like watch it.
Wow.
Also, after I got promoted to boning, they gave me my own set of knives, and I just became obsessed with them. I just loved the way they looked, and like I loved like cutting things with them. And I would take the set of knives that they gave me, and I just like hung it on my wall above my bed.
Why did you hang it above your wall?
Because I just loved having it be there. And I kept on getting more and more knives, and I just like added to the collection, and like soon enough they were just like everywhere around my room.
Wow. Okay. Did you ever have a good social life?
I was kind of a loner throughout my high school life. I mean, I had like my coworkers, but I mean, my uncle passed away, so after that I didn't really have anyone.
Okay. So did you ever violently hurt anyone in school?
There was this one boy, he would always bully me, and he would just be harassing me all the time and just make fun of me, and I was just so sick of it. Like, I just needed to deal with that. Like, I learned that if, like, you're not doing what you're supposed to do, you get punished. So I wanted to punish him, so I hit him with my weapon. I mean, that was the only violence that I had, but I had teachers think that I was threatening them, and they would attack me in a sign of defense.
Okay. So let's talk about your first husband, David Kellett. What happened with him?
David Kellett. Never listened to anything I said, like never listened to any of my rules. But it first started off on our wedding night. We had intercourse 3 times, and he was done after that and wanted to go to sleep, and I wanted more. and he was not listening to me and didn't want to. So after he fell asleep, I strangled him.
Okay.
And then the only other violence really after that was one night he was gone at a darts competition, and he wasn't coming home like on the right time. I told him to come home at like 10 o'clock, and what do you know, he comes home at 12. So when he walked in that door, I had to do what I had to do. I had to punish him for it. So I hit him in the back of the head with a frying pan.
The frying pan.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I burned all his clothes and shoes before I got home because I was just so aggravated with him. Like, he was supposed to be home and he wasn't.
So before he got home, you hit him. You burned all his clothes and shoes, and then you hit him with the frying pan when he walked in the door.
Yes.
Okay.
He got what he deserved.
Okay. So did you ever have any kids with David Kellett?
Yes, I had my first daughter with him. Wish it wasn't him, but he left me right after I had her for another woman, and I was just so mad and angry with him. I was like thrashing our daughter around downtown. I was just in such rage. And then after I left my daughter on the railroad, I went around with an axe around downtown and just started hitting people with it. And I got diagnosed with postnatal depression. And as soon as I got out of the hospital, I was just so angry. I had like a set plan because I had so much time to think about everything. My way to get back at him. So I took my daughter and I left her on a railroad for her to die. And I was supposed to kill the mechanic that fixed my husband's car so he could leave me. And I was supposed to kill my husband and his mother. But somehow the cops found out about my whole entire plan and notified him before I could even do anything.
Okay. Did you ever feel guilty about leaving your kid? No.
No.
So, David Saunders, your second husband, whatever happened there?
Long story with him. I always could tell he was up to something. Like, he just didn't seem right, you know? He always seemed that, like, I just always had a feeling that he was gonna go and cheat on me and leave me for another woman. So I wanted to show him what I would do if he were to do that. So I took his 3-month-old dog and I slit his throat right in front of him.
Wow.
And then...
So this was just because you thought...
I wanted to show him an example of what I would do.
If he had an affair.
If he had an affair.
Okay.
And then we kept on fighting after that. And one day we got into a really big argument. And I hit him in the back of the head with my frying pan. And I stabbed him in the stomach with a pair of scissors. I didn't kill him, but I wanted to show him that I had more power over him than he had over me.
And then did he leave you after that?
Yes, he did leave me, but I still wanted to get back out of him because I knew he was going to leave me. I should have listened to my gut. But he left me, and he wasn't home one day, so I went to his house and I cut up all his clothes. And he came home to find it, and he tried hiding from me. He went into hiding thinking that I was going to do something bad to him. Nothing would have gone wrong if he just listened to me. But then he tried to come back from his daughter, but I was like, you're not coming back, like, you're not taking your daughter back. So I put a restraining order on him from my daughter, so he didn't have the ability to come and get her or see her.
So he wasn't able to even see his daughter again? You were never guilty about that?
No, he was such a mean person to me, and I wasn't going to let someone walk all over me.
Okay. So John Chillingsworth, how long were you guys together for?
We were together for 3 years. It was a good relationship, but I don't know, he just wasn't for me, so I left him for John Price.
So John Price, whatever happened with him?
We would always argue all the time. We had multiple violent issues with each other. So he put a restraining order on me. It's not going to do anything, but he decided to do it anyways. And one night I decided to go out and just deal with him. So I went and I bought lingerie and I went to his house and we had intercourse, and then after I waited till he fell asleep and I tried to stab him, but he woke up and he tried to run away, but there's no way he was gonna run away from me. He like ran outside, but I like dragged him back in and I stabbed him 37 times and he died. And then I went along with my plan and I cut his body up, only leaving his arms and torso and legs on the ground, and I took the rest of him and I like took his head and his butt and put it in a stew and I mixed it with potatoes, squash, and zucchini, and I made 3 plates of it and I set them down on the table and I had a little name card written down for his kids to eat their meal.
Did you ever have a meal for yourself?
I did make a meal and I tried to eat it, but I just couldn't.
You couldn't eat it because it just didn't taste good, or you just couldn't eat it?
I just couldn't.
Okay. So did you ever feel guilty about John
Nope.
Price's? No. Really?
No.
So were you proud of what you did?
Yeah. He got what he deserved.
So did the children ever end up eating?
No, sadly, they didn't.
Okay. And did the police ever come find you?
I attempted suicide, but that didn't work out. And then the police came and got me because the neighbors were wondering where Price was. So they like called in a complaint about it, and the police came searching for him and they found me, and then I went on trial.
So what happened during the trial?
I denied everything they asked me. I said I didn't remember anything, but I guess that didn't work out and they didn't believe me, so they put me on life sentence to be in prison for the rest of my life, and I was the first Australian woman to ever have life sentence.
Okay. So was there a signature thing you did before or after the murders?
No, I didn't have a signature thing that I did, but after I killed John Price, I left a note on his corpse, and I didn't know how to read or write, so it didn't work out as planned, but I wrote a note to whoever was going to find his body on it.
Thank you so much for participating in my investigation. I hope you have an amazing day.